going on, you guys? Open discussion, random live. Hope everybody's doing well on this Friday evening. Hold up, hope you guys can hear me. I'm over here actually in the middle of a fucking fight on Street Fighter 6. Whooping on this bum. Got him up out of there. Salute to everybody in the building, man. What's going on? Talk some boxing. Open discussion today. Clarissa Shields got a fight tomorrow. Seems like nobody is really talking about this fight with the Glow. Salute to D Luckett in the building. Random live stream. I'm probably gonna change the title and everything as we go, depending on what we talk about. Let's see. Still haven't seen much from Errol the Truth. Big Fish Spence Jr. What's going on, Bud? Stop Smith C in the building. Hold on, let me get this set up here. Go talk a little bit of boxing real quick. Let's go chill out today, man. Your boy been grinding hard, but I gotta talk some boxing. Hold up, let me see. Anthony Joshua talking shit. I guess there's a rumor that AJ was supposed to be fighting Dillian White. Well, AJ debunks all of this in a pretty big way. This is what AJ had to say. Wait, where is it at? Can't get it off the screen. All right, this is what he say. I don't know about any talks to fight Dillian White. Every day, AJ this, AJ that, AJ hairlines going way back. But I'll still fuck your girl. Go retweet that. Wow. AJ got bars. It says, I don't know about any talks to fight Dillian White. Every day, AJ this, AJ that, hairlines going way back. But I'll still fuck your girl. Go retweet that. Wow. AJ ain't playing, man. Anthony Joshua. Salute to Reggie Leroy in the building. What's going on, man? Oh, boy. AJ. Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what AJ about to do. But we do know that Jerron Boots Ennis got a fight coming up with Raymond Villa. What is it? I think it's July 7th or July 8th or something like that. Jerron Boots Ennis returns against Raymond Villa. What's going on, Ruben Sanchez? He returns. The Boots Ennis returns. Now, Boots Ennis been in talks. Him and Crawford had some back and forth. Boots Ennis said that he didn't duck Crawford, basically, right? You know, a lot of boxing fans say, like, why did you lead a WBO if you wanted to smoke? I mean, that's the main sticker point when we talking Boots Ennis, Terence Bud Crawford. How come we not talking Boots Ennis, Errol Spence, though? I mean, shit. We ain't talking that at all. Bud Crawford got to, man, whatever. You said Zilla might push Boots. You think so? Raymond Godzilla Villa go push Boots back? Well, this would be arguably, I say what, the second, maybe third true welterweight that Boots fought, some would say. He's a tough guy, man, but he may be target practice for Boots Ennis. I don't know, man. I don't know how that matchup will go. I don't know. But, man, I seen people been roasting Clarissa Shields on Twitter. Hold up. I was going to talk about it, but I'm just not really motivated. Not really motivated, man. Look, they saying that ain't nobody buying tickets for this fight, bro. Boxing fans is brutal. The Zone is promoting her fight.
In the jungle between me and Marcella Cornejo. She's tall, she's strong, she's young, and she wants to take my belts. And thirdly, it's the first fight at Little Caesars Arena, 15,000 fans. So you don't want to miss this fight. It's going to be a great fight for women's boxing. Tune in.
Ooh, man. Look, as much as Shields tried her best to sell this fight, man, you can hear in the background how empty it is. My thing is this, though, y'all. Yeah, let me talk some shit. Because this is open discussion. I'm talking some shit. Now, we go support the ladies, right? Us guys, right? We support the ladies, the women's boxing. We support them. You know, some of us may not like it. I like it for what it is, right? Only beef I got with women's boxing is it's too damn short. Them rounds go by too quick. Them ladies don't get to put in no real work. But other than that, women's boxing is exciting, right? But my thing is this. Where's everybody at? Where's all the ladies at to support the ladies? Right? I mean, look, they say they don't need no man and all this shit, but y'all clearly need men to help even for your sports. You clearly need men. Clearly, you need men. Because the women ain't fucking supporting women's boxing. The women ain't supporting women's boxing. Shields is looking nice right now, too, by the way. But women ain't supporting women boxing. This is why the ladies need to shut the fuck up, talking about they don't need no man and all this shit. Because now you screaming out that where the fans at? Well, the fans is gonna be some men because the women obviously ain't coming out to support women's boxing, unless it's somebody like Katie Taylor. She's the only lady in boxing that's really drawing no matter what, bro. Clarissa Shields, phenomenal talent, phenomenal fighter. She's fighting her Mexican fighter, and I'm trying to find a picture where they showed the tickets, how many seats are still available. It's pretty fucking ridiculous, bro. I don't know. Is it her promoter's fault? You know what I'm saying? Because Clarissa Shields, she's vocal. She could fight. She got charisma. She may not be everybody's cup of tea, but maybe if she was knocking bitches out, right? Maybe if she was knocking chicks out, maybe it'll be a little bit different for the quote. Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, right? They need to step up and start supporting the women, bro. They do. Because I be seeing Shields and her rants, and I feel where she's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I feel where she's coming from. She really standing on her soapbox, really trying to be that voice for women's boxing. But where the ladies at? Where's the sisterhood? Where's the feminist that's going to support women's boxing for you? Nah, you're going to look for us men to do it. But y'all say y'all don't need us. Yes, you do need us. But maybe Detroit is just one of those places, because I'm trying to find it when they show the tickets and how many seats are still available. It is absolutely insane. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. And it's sad, man, because Shields one of the best fighters in the world. But women don't even support women. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the ladies at to support the ladies? They're nowhere to be found. Fucking Tank Davis, man. That dude, Tank Davis, I'm going to cook on Tank too. Tank Davis got to be one of the dumbest motherfuckers in boxing, bro. All he had to do is sit his stupid ass down in the house, at his coach's house, for fucking, just sit his ass down. He couldn't even do that, man. He need to sit his ass in jail now. Yeah, that's right. He need to sit his ass in fucking jail. Stupid. And I fucks with Tank, but he's stupid. Let's see what the quote talking about.
That women's boxing for a long time, especially when I turned pro, trash talk was forbidden. Huh. They didn't want women boxers to trash talk. They didn't want us to sell our fights. And I got ridiculed and chastised a lot at the beginning of my career. Yeah. And I had to tell the people who were doing those things to me that, look, if you guys want me on your promotion, if you guys want me to be a world champion and be under your stable, this is how it's gonna be done. I'm not doing it like the other women did it before. You know, like they want you to just be pretty all the time and be nice all the time. And it's like, I'm a fucking beast. Why am I gonna do that? No, I don't like my opponents. I want to fight them. I want to say mean things to them. I want to get inside their head and mess with them. So when I started doing that, it seemed like my stock and everything about me went up. But they didn't. I don't know if they actually were just trying to keep us from that, or if they were just saying, or if they were just used to women not being outspoken.
No, and I love it. By the way, I love Chris Shields talking her shit, all of it. But when Ronda Rousey was doing it, and I remember vividly back when Ronda Rousey, Caucasian woman, white woman, talking her shit. She was celebrated for talking her shit. Now, there's a lot of people that didn't like her ass either, but she didn't get scrutiny like Clarissa Shields get from doing the same fucking thing. And Clarissa Shields is the leagues better of a fighter than Ronda Rousey was. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. She hit the punching bag machine. Let's see what the Guo can do. That was a good punch. Holy shit. She got 997, bro. Hell no. Shields cracking like that. Hold up, man. I'm trying to find this thing where they showed the ticket seats, man. It's fucked up. Oh, and real quick, while we talking about Shields, Savannah Marshall wants to fight Shields again. Shields pretty much told her, man, been there, done that with you. But basically, this was a one-sided fight, in my opinion. I don't even think this was warrants a rematch. But basically, Savannah Marshall needs another fight, needs another payday. There's not really too many paydays out there for these big ladies. These some bigger girls too. They like what, 160 pounders and shit. So they big for some. It's a lot bigger than a lot of you dudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of these girls is fighting them. You know what I'm saying? So, but she was looking good as a motherfucker though. I tell you that. Hell yeah, she came up over the years for sure. I'm trying to find that thing where the seat says. See, when I be having shit, it don't want to pop up. But the quote. Hopefully everything works out. Hopefully it does well. Hopefully Detroit, the Little Caesars Arena, hopefully it's packed full. Hopefully people do show up and show out, because based off what I seen, it looked like that shit was it's gonna be a whole bunch of people dressed up as empty seats in that arena tomorrow night. That's what it's looking like. But hopefully it works out for her. But man, Tank Davis, bro. Tank fucking Davis, dude. Gotta be the dumbest nigga in boxing. So basically, the story was he got on house arrest for 90 days. He was ordered by the judge to stay at his trainer's house, Calvin Ford's crib. Tank, I guess, couldn't do it. He couldn't have his security there. So he's been staying in his $3.4 million mansion and penthouse. So, yeah, they got his ass and they said, nah, man, you can't be doing that shit, bro. What you think this is, dude? Yeah, you may be the face of boxing, but you ain't the face of this system. And they slapped the cuffs on his ass and threw his dumb ass in jail. He needs to sit in there anyway. He should have went to jail in the first place. Yeah, I said it. And I don't like to see brothers locked up and shit. But Tank Davis dumb as a motherfucker. He dumb as hell. Yeah, I said it. And I don't care if Tank fans don't like it. He is stupid. The whole situation really could have been prevented if you had just checked on the woman. It just took that L. Driving with no license, but you ran because you got scared. You ran because you got scared, and now you dealing with this shit 3 years later. Now you got to sit in jail for 90 days for some dumb shit. Luckily, that's not going to hinder his career or nothing like that. But come on, bro. Like, he was spent house arrest at 4 seasons at $3.4 million condo. I mean, I don't know why the judge won't let him stay where he wanted to be at anyway, right? But maybe they really want to make it uncomfortable for him. Maybe Calvin Ford ain't living like Tank Davis is living, and Tank Davis wasn't really trying to deal with it. You said Tank around too many yes men. Yeah, he is. He's around too many yes men, bro. Who told him that was a good idea, bro? Oh, well, shit, he a grown-ass man. He do what he want to do. Now his dumb ass in jail for no reason and shit. Dumbass in jail, man. Tank Davis, bro. But Tank Davis be all right. He go always. It's gonna always be something with that dude. I can see that now. Come on, bro. I thought he was gonna ride this out. You know, I didn't expect him to get locked up. I thought that was some fake news and shit. I thought he was just chilling at the crib, like just chill at the crib, play some video games or something, bro. Fool around on Twitter or something. You know what I'm saying? Troll on the internet, talk some boxing, do something. Nah, he couldn't do it. He had to get up out of there. Could have sat his ass in the house for 3 months, saved some money, and talk some shit online. Did his little time at the crib. Now he got to sit up in jail. But yeah, man, I haven't seen nothing about you from Errol Spence, man. I ain't seen nothing from Errol Spence Jr. Nothing at all. Nothing. I'm gonna cook on that too, because I haven't seen that dude. I haven't seen him at all. Let's see, where is it? Oh, man, that shit crazy, bro. But yeah, I haven't seen Spence in a minute. We haven't seen him since his video with AO. Terence Crawford posted this today. In tremendous shape, right? Scary shape already. He got a 12-pack going on. 8-pack, 12-pack, whatever it is, he got it going on. So, yeah, Terence Crawford letting everybody know, showing everybody the progress, keeping the world updated as to what's going on with him in camp. We've seen the videos. He seemed to be all smiles going into this thing. I'm really interested in what Errol Spence is doing. I got an idea what Bud is doing, and I already likely know what Bud is going to do. Actually, I don't know what Bud is going to do, but I do know Bud is going to get the victory. I'm curious to know what Errol Spence is doing. That's what I really want to know. What is Spence doing? How is he going to prepare? Hold on, let me see if I can find Spence. Because this dude, he been hiding since this thing got announced. He got to give his fans some sound bites. Now, Crawford said that the press conference is like next week. So whatever the case, if we don't hear nothing, we go see something next week.
Feel different?
Oh, for sure. This time around felt completely different. You know, me and Errol, we actually got on the phone and we both agreed that we both was going to do our best to make sure this fight happened, and we got it done. Wow. So we're here now. We're about to put on, you know, one of the best welterweight showdowns in a long time.
Who called who? As far as you and Errol, who made the call first?
Well, I call him, you know.
See, Bud had to keep calling the dude. Like, it makes you wonder if Crawford never called him, will we even get this fucking fight? You know what I'm saying? Will we even have got the fight? I guess it don't really matter now, but damn, I mean, Ariel Helwani asked the question, who called who? Oh, well, shit, I called him. I called him before, too, a few months ago, back when I was with BLK Prime, and I had two people trying to get a hedge fund to get money for this fight. He didn't want to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with it. I heard this Keith Thurman's supposed to be fighting Ugas or something like that. I don't believe it. Keith Thurman ain't about to do shit, bro. Salute to Hollow Ninja in the building, bro. What's going on, man? Salute to everybody, man. Just a random live stream, man. We just talking some shit. You said New York, LA, and Thursday. Okay. What's going on, J-Rod? Y'all go subscribe to my boy J-Rod's Level Up Boxing TV. You said, do I think Bud got better feats than Errol? Yeah, oh, absolutely. While Errol may have got the more popular fighters on his resume, like the names, right? Crawford's done more. He's done more. He accomplished more in the sport. That's a fact. Whether you want to look at the names and shit, I don't really look too deep into the names because I follow boxing for real. You know what I'm saying? I know the circumstances of these fights and when they fought them and all that stuff. So you really, really got to take stuff like that into account when you try to nitpick these fighters' resumes and shit. You got to know the circumstances. Was this dude coming off a win? All that type of stuff. If you really want to get that deep. That's why I try not to nitpick on resumes, man. As long as that motherfucker consistently been doing this motherfucking thing, he's got to be doing something right. Nobody's been able to stop it yet. You said Boots never fought a good name fighter. Boots fought some good guys. They just smaller guys like Sergey Lipinets. He was a solid dude. Custio Clayton was supposed to be solid, but he was in there just for the check. Boots Ennis struggled with a guy that we least expected him to struggle with in Karen Kukachan. I don't expect Boots to struggle like that with Ramon Villa. He says, Bud got better feats than EJ. Bud first person to beat and stop Gabor. First person to stop Showtime. First person to outbox. Man, I'm telling you, bro. Hella feats, dog. See, and you're looking at different type of feats, not just like titles and accolades. You're talking about the first dude to do this, the first dude to stop that dude. Facts. Crawford is that guy. First dude to stop Sean Porter. The first dude to outbox Amir Khan. What else? And the first dude to stop Gamboa. Hit that like button for your boy, man. I know this probably ain't gonna get too much traction today because it's just a random stream. I'm gonna adjust the title and everything a little later. We just go shoot the shit today, man. Just ask some questions, or if you heard anything that nobody else may have knew about, leave it in the chat. We talk about it. Yeah, Antonio Tarver was talking shit too. I did a video on it. Antonio Tarver be talking shit. Just like some of the old school dudes. He's one of the old school dudes that don't care too much about what the fans think about what he think. Some of them boxers do care, so they're not gonna be as opinionated. But look at Spence, bro. Look at all that, bro. Come on, bro. Too much. His hands down for too long. Damn. I don't think that's gonna cut it, man. That shit ain't gonna cut it, bro. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. It ain't even on the screen. I'm over here talking, showing this shit on the screen. It ain't gonna cut it, man. Hold up. This shit ain't cut it. This shit ain't gonna cut it, bro. Back. It ain't gonna cut it. Back. And this is his last fight. So we gotta go off his last fight. Everybody like to post the stuff of his when he was still with pre-accident and stuff. Man, that was a long time ago now, bro. This is the last Spence that we remember. Man, what? I don't know, bro. Nah, bro. If that was Crawford, Spence would have hit the dirt. Ugas ain't cracking like that. And he ain't putting shit on his punches for real. He damn near arm punching. Oh, hey, J-Rod, what was you talking about? You saw something in the Ugas fight, man. He said so many fights this year. Virgil, yeah. We got Virgil Stanionis coming up. Hopefully Virgil makes it to the fight. Man, we got so many fights. We got Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor. Yeah, man, we got a lot of good fights. Yeah, I did pick Ugas to win, man, because I thought Ugas was gonna fight like he did in the Pacquiao fight. I have the right to change my opinion on how I feel about how he performed in that fight. No, wait. I have the right to give my opinion on his performance of the fight. Yeah, I had that fool winning the fight going into the fight because he fought like an animal going in the Pacquiao fight. But in this fight, he fought, man, let the chat tell you. I ain't got to fucking say it. I thought Ugas was going to at least put up a better fight than that. No more spirited, gutsy. If anything, Ugas ain't the most skilled guy. He ain't the most fastest. He ain't the strongest. But what Ugas had was a lot of guts. And he didn't show that much guts to me in that fight. He sat there in the high guard and let Errol Spence go to work, bro. That's exactly what happened. I'm tired of really talking about that. But that's what happened. He sat there. He literally sat there. That's the worst thing you can do against Errol Spence, just stand there. So why did you do it? Yeah, I'm going live the night of the fight. I thought about going to the fight, but nah, bro, they taxing on them tickets. What's they? $1,550 to $8,000 for like the lower bowl seats, bro. Man, I'm good, bro. I'll do my thing. Here, I'll order the pay-per-view and shit. I like watching it at home anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's a much better experience watching it at the crib. I mean, if you want to go there for the spectacle and everything, that's cool. But watching fights live and then watching it at home is almost two different things. Wait. He says, bruh, Spence broke Ugas down by hacking in the nuts, throwing hooks at his upper, outer, and inner thigh. That's why Ugas couldn't move. He did that all throughout the fight, and the ref did nothing. Wow. Straight up. Hey, now that you say that, J-Rod, because I remember you DM me telling me that you saw something. I'm going to have to go back and watch the fight now and see if that's really what happened. I didn't notice too many low blow shots. You know, I honestly only watched the fight once. I only watched it once. I just seen like other highlights and shit like that since. But if Spence was beating his legs up and punching his balls, that's probably why Ugas couldn't move. Crawford gonna have to be careful with that. Spence, I guess he does get down and dirty, huh? I'm gonna have to go back and see it though, because in the clips that they show that he's not doing any of that. None of that stuff is happening. So I'm gonna go check that out now. See if Spence was really doing that. You said definitely was hitting Sean and Kel below the belt too. I seen where he hit Sean for sure. I saw it. And Sean looked at the referee, was like, come on, man. The referee didn't do nothing. Sean was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Sean already knew the referee wasn't going to do nothing. See, but Errol don't want to do nothing like that against a mean motherfucker like Crawford. Have we seen Bud get hit in the balls by anybody? I don't know if I ever saw that happen to Crawford yet, where he had to take a break from getting hit in the nuts. I don't know if I fucking saw that before. But I do know one thing. If Spence applies those tactics in his fight with Crawford, Crawford better watch out for it. Okay, he says, I rewatched it like 8 times because it was just too weird. Ugas didn't fight the same way he fought Pacquiao. He did the same point. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, Jay. That's why Spence going into the Ugas fight, I'm like, okay, Ugas got momentum. He got the wins, you know, the little whatever. He had momentum going into the Spence fight. Spence was dry going into that fight. So I figure Ugas, like, he was going to show up with that spirit that he had at Pacquiao fight. Nah, he didn't. He showed up with the spirit for like the first, until this incident right here in the ring happened. Then after that, he just stopped throwing punches. But I only watched the fight one time. I didn't watch it, you know, that many times to go to see certain things that you've seen, Jay. So, I mean, I'm going to have to go back and check it out. See if Spence was tagging them thighs and hitting them balls. You know what I'm saying? Because if he did it in that fight, he did a good job of masking it. Because I definitely saw it in the Porter fight. And Sean, and he hit him like 12 times in a row, too. I think I had a little video clip of it. He was just beating him off. And Sean was looking at the referee like, bro, they let him do it. So Crawford got to watch out for that. I don't know. Will Spence have that type of favorism in a fight with Terence Crawford, where he get away with the low blows and some of the little sneaky, dirty tactics that he likes to do? He said Ugas couldn't move because his eye was broken. No, that wasn't why. Because I seen Ennis anyway fight a whole fight with a broken orbital. So I ain't really trying to hear it like that. You know, I know people's tolerances and shit is different, but Naoya Inoue had a broken orbital fighting Nonito Donaire, who was like 15 pounds heavier or more, and he fought that motherfucker for 12 rounds with a broken orbital. And he was moving, he was fighting the much bigger guy. So I don't think Ugas' eye, if anything, he'll be on his fucking bike even more if his eye was fucked up, bro. If my eye got fucked up in the fight, I'm not about to stand still for nobody. I'm moving all around the ring. Come on, why would I stand there and let a guy like Spence, who does his best work, why would I stand there and let him? That don't make sense. How could you not move? That's what I'm saying. Spence fans be saying some crazy shit, Jay. What the hell? Now I can see if he hit him in his leg and he's immobilized. You know, his Achilles is gone, like he hopping around on one leg and shit. Nah, man. Man, bro, we seen them low blows, dog. I saw the low blows. I'm not about to. I don't even hate Spence, dude. I seen that shit. We ain't gonna sit here and fucking lie. Because if Crawford was low blowing niggas, I'll say, yeah, he be low blowing niggas. They gonna have to figure out how to stop it. Spence be low blowing. He hit Sean like 12 times. Apparently, he beat the shit out of Ugas' lower body as well. There's too many excuses in Spence fights, bro. He's just not more. He's not as impressive as Terence Crawford. That's the truth. He's just not as impressive. That don't mean he can't win, but he's just not as impressive. He's just not as impressive, bro. He got to do all that shit and fight, do dirty little shit. Well, how come they never complain about it? I don't know. Shit. I don't fucking know. I just hope that that shit was enough for him. Because Crawford ain't like none of them dudes. He ain't nice as them. Sean Porter and Ugas are some nice motherfuckers, man. Crawford ain't nice like that, bro. He out to hurt you. And Porter and Ugas ain't punchers either. Crawford's a puncher. He's an actual puncher. But Spence ain't even really fought no punchers for real, bro. He ain't even fought no punchers for real. But Danny wasn't doing shit at 147. You said, boy, go wrestle him. You said pull up the Monster versus Cool Boy. Yeah. Hold up. That fight's coming up too. Let me see. They got a new banner for it as well. I think they had like a new poster for it. Cool Boy Steph. Julian Williams is supposed to fight Carlos Adames. Oh my goodness, that's a bad fight. Oh my God, that's such a bad fight for Julian Williams. Hold on, you guys. That's such a bad fight. Hey, look at this. These dudes, they kind of, I guess you could say, are they beefing now? Nah, not really, but things is a little different now. Things is a little different now. Devin is the man right now. Shakur is kind of on a hunt for him, and Crawford about to finally fight Spence. Crawford and Spence finally about to fight. Yeah, let me see what Inoue. I didn't really talk too much about that fight. Where is it at? Oscar Valdez, Emmanuel Navarrete is official. That is coming up August 12th in Glendale, Arizona. Should be a pretty good fight. Oscar De La Hoya and Ryan Garcia been going back and forth. That shit is crazy. Oscar's pretty pathetic, man. Because the common denominator in all his problems is him, bro. He got into it with Canelo like that publicly. Now he's getting into it with Ryan. I mean, come on, bro. Hold on, let me find. And if Inoue beats Fulton, bro, that'll be fucking nuts, dude. That will be nuts. Yep. July 25th, man. The same week. Spence versus Crawford on ESPN Plus. We ain't got to pay for this one. This is just a regular fight that we just gonna be able to watch. A great fight, too. Salute to the monster, man. That's a real fucking fighter right there, bro. Salute to the monster. I don't know if these guys gonna be the right. I don't know if these guys are the right guys to help you prepare for Fulton. But we go see, man. I think the monster's a special fighter, though. I think he's a special fighter for sure. This is a huge fight for Japan, too. Huge fight for Japan. And what I know about the Japanese, man, they fight real hard at home. Cool Boy Steph gonna have to go out there and really take it to the monster. Not necessarily take it to him to where he get reckless, but make sure that shit don't go to decision. That's all I'm saying. Make sure it don't go to decision. Great fight for boxing. Man, I'm almost surprised it's even happening for real. But it takes two fighters to make a fight happen, man. Fulton said, look, man, I ain't ducking no smoke out here. And Inoue said, I'm trying to truly be great and show the world that I'm one of the best in the world. And I'll definitely go down in history as the best Japanese boxer of all time and be regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time. So that's why Naoya Inoue is on right now. You said Inoue by 10th round KO. You think the monster could stop Fulton? Shit, I don't know. It's hard to say, bro. I'm a big fan of the monster. I'm a fan of Fulton too, but man, I don't know, bro. I'm not saying the monster can't stop him. I just got to see it. Because this is what, his fourth weight class. Fulton is the biggest guy he ever faced. He never been in there with any black fighters. I don't even think he really sparred with black fighters before. So that's not something that he's used to. The speed and the twitchiness, you know. It's gonna be the most athletic fighter that Inoue's been in there with. The fastest fighter probably he's been in there with. Probably the best fighter Inoue's been in there with is Stephen Fulton. So yeah, this is a real fight, man. This is a real fight, real test for both guys. And if Inoue's power carries up and he hurts Fulton or anything like that, that's some scary shit, man. He said he'll break down the video of Spence hitting the low blows. Man, I need to see that. What round was it in? Et cetera, et cetera. I need to see that because I have only watched the fight one time, and I'm sure most people probably didn't really go back and watch it like that to where they saw him beating the shot of Uga's lower body. All right, let's see what Cool Boy Steph is doing. Cool Boy Steph. I haven't seen no interviews or nothing, man. Where was him at? He supposed to be hitting up Stephen Fulton. See, this dude don't even got his name. It's like 100 something and shit, man. Come on, bro. See, there you go. God damn. See, his name is something weird and shit. This dude, bro. I shouldn't even look you up, dog. Your name ain't nothing normal. 100 billion. Let's see what you're doing, man. What's your name, bro? How people ain't gonna be able to find you, dog? Nobody ain't gonna be able to find you, dog. I can't play the music. But Cool Boy Steph is out here. He got his promo that just came out an hour ago. So he out here doing his thing too to sell this fight with the monster. Look at that. He's showing posts of all the haters and shit. So I want to see the haters give Cool Boy credit, man. They're not going to give him credit, though, bro. They say he was going to duck the monster and shit and all this stuff. Nah, bro, he ain't duck the monster at all, bro. And he's going to the monster's territory to give him a shot. You got to respect Cool Boy. Yeah, Juntao Nakatani is, man, that dude was cracking, bro. He smacked the shit out of was it Andrew Maloney? He smacked the hell out of him, bro. Smacked the hell out of that dude. What fights we got? We got the Shields fight tomorrow. I think Teofimo's next week. Yeah, Spence ain't did shit on social media. He must be really in the hunt, huh? Okay, here we go. All right, there goes Spence. Doing some resistance training. Let's see what else he got. He trained with Frank. So that's all we got for Spence as far as training, right? He working. We know that. Hold up. You said play that Nakatani KO? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. That shit sound like a shotgun. Where is it at? Juntao Nakatani. Where is it at? I know it should be here somewhere. Hold up. Let me see. Here you go. Shit, man. He damn near. Man, that was a brutal knockout. Damn.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh! Like he barely hit him right there, too. I think it's safe to say he took a pretty bad beating throughout the whole fight. I think, and then he got stopped like that in the 12th round. I think it's safe to say I feel like that ruins a fighter. He may not even be the same guy no more if he continues. Bam! Right there. Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. What's going on, Picasso? I see you in the building. Yeah, man. Dude hitting hard, bro. Dude hitting hard. Let me see. Really, there's not too much going on today, other than we got Shields fight tomorrow. I guess my only beef with the women's boxing, bro, is just that shit go bad too quick. It go bad way too quick. I be trying to see a fight and shit. Next thing I know, it'd be over. What? Oh, wow. See, you found out all kinds of shit on here. Look at this. It says, second openly gay and or bisexual boxer. Yesterday, unfortunately, a video in which Jose Vargas is having an intimate moment with another man went viral. Vargas, who comes from, 2 tough losses. The least he needed were career scandals, but it's already a secret out loud. The private life of a person representing a country must be protected. It doesn't matter if he's someone of the same sex or not. Holy shit. Wow. Well, that's fucking breaking news. Oh, man. Damn. Whoa. That's random. So basically they're saying here, Jose Vargas is having an intimate moment with another man. Pretty much he's gay. I don't know how true this is. I don't want to be out here to spread rumors, but this is just what this is right here. Damn. What in the fuck, bro? What in the fuck, bro? Let's see what else. Really, yeah, like I said, it's really. Yeah, there's really not nothing else really going on. Other than oh shit, see this? Holy shit. Yeah, you guys, there's really shit going on today. Let's see what Keith Thurman talking about.
Right? Don't you feel like that? He's a southpaw. You know, he's right. He's orthodox. He's a southpaw. He changes up. He's got power here. He's got power there. Fast twitch, reflexes, athleticism. There's something that we've never seen Spence fight.
Oh.
And to me, that's a puncher boxer, somebody who's truly athletic, you know, similar to a
Hold on, my bad.
Crawford and a Keith Thurman. There's a style that Crawford Thurman bring to the table that I think Spence has never had presented to him in his professional career.
Facts.
Spence might not be fancy, but he's been holding it down, and he's the truth. The truth is he is not easy to beat. He's never been easy to beat. And no matter how much you like Crawford, it might not be an easy match. It could be the toughest match of his career. It's hard not to like Crawford, right? Don't you feel like that? He's a southpaw. He's right. He's orthodox. He's a southpaw. He changes up. He's got power here. He's got power there. Fast twitch, reflexes, athleticism. There's something that we've never seen Spence fight. And to me, that's a puncher boxer, somebody who's truly athletic, similar to a Crawford and a Keith Thurman. There's a style that Crawford Thurman bring to the table that I think Spence has never had presented to him in his professional career. Spence might not be fancy, but he's been holding it down, and he's the truth. The truth is he is not easy to beat. He's never been easy to beat. And no matter how much you like Crawford, it might not be an easy match. It could be the toughest match of his career.
That could be true. But like you said, Mr. Thurman, Spence ain't been in there with nobody he ain't been in there with a puncher boxer. He ain't been in there with nobody that's athletic like that, that's punching like that, that's doing things like that. He just ain't been in there with nobody like that, bro. He ain't been in there with nobody like that. He ain't been in there with nobody that's gonna give him different looks, cutting them angles, none of that shit. He been in there with dudes that like to use the high guard, that's gonna stand right up in front of him and kind of pretty much fight his fucking fight for the most part. But yeah, that's what Keith Thurman had to say. I don't know where that came from, but that's what he had to say. He's sitting on the sidelines. He need to be trying to fight Dennis Ugas or something, instead of sitting there talking shit. Instead of sitting there talking shit. Yeah, that's right. How bled by the dude Errol as he's spamming the same right hook to the head, left hook. But yeah, I'm telling you, Spence does the same shit, bro. Crawford's gonna fucking beat his ass. Bam. And Spence be doing the same shit over and over and over and over again, bro. The same shit. But look, they say this could be Crawford's biggest problem in a fight with Spence. His eye. Spence is known as the eye collector. And Spence, if he can get that jab popped off, this could spell disaster for Bud Crawford. This is what I feel that Spence fans is banking on, that Spence gets a hold of Crawford's eyeball. This is what they're hoping, is that he can lump up Crawford's eye to where the doctor has to stop the fight. This is what they want. That's what they want. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Spence got to say and how's he preparing for this. Let's see. Yep, they talking about that shit all over the internet now. This that Jesus Vargas, that Jose Vargas. They talking about it all over this shit. Yeah, the reason why I ain't got Twitter on the screen right now, because Twitter be having some shit that they're supposed to be on that's not advertiser friendly. Make sure nothing don't pop up on the timeline that don't supposed to be up here. Yeah, so yeah, man. Other than Ryan and Oscar getting into it, nothing significant happened in the past 48 hours. Regis Prograde was talking shit. Devin Haney said that he's not signed with Eddie Hearn. Devin Haney debunked this. Whatever Regis Prograde was talking about, Regis said he'll sleep Devin Haney as nap time. He'll hurt him real bad. I think Regis will hurt Devin though. I think Regis Prograde he'll hurt Devin, bro. That's not a good fight for Devin. That's actually a really bad fight for Devin Haney. That's a real bad fight for Devin, man. I don't know if he's serious or not. I'd be impressed. I'd be very, very impressed with Haney if he goes up and fight Rougarou. I don't think he really for real, though. I don't think you for real, Devin. I don't think you will go up there and fight Rougarou, man. I don't know if you really want to do that for real. That dude cracking like ain't nothing. He's cracking harder than anybody you've been in the ring with. I don't know. Oh, hey, look. I ain't worried about Bud getting his eye cracked, but this is what the Spence fans are banking on. That Crawford gets his eye fucking busted. You know, they kind of banking on that. The whole eye situation, because Spence he's been lumping these dudes' eyes up. And that's because them dudes just standing there and shit. Them dudes standing there. Kell Brook was able to get his eye like that because Kell Brook has a fast, sharp jab. Look at this dude.
Special. You don't come back and beat Danny Swift Garcia after being flung from a Ferrari. When people talk about Errol Spence, you hear about this dude who, as a teenager, beat Floyd up in Spawn. That's where he got all of his respect, sending Broner to the hospital. Jamel Charlo, like, shh, that guy punched like a damn heavyweight, man. If Errol is that dude and he beats Terence Crawford, you talking about some Sugar Ray Leonard type shit. See, I know Terence Crawford special. There's a chance that Errol.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, Tyrese. Cut the shit, Showbiz. Cut the fucking shit. Cut the shit. You said didn't Spence get his eye collected? Yeah, man, I believe so, man. Gets the Pacquiao clone. Pacquiao clone fucked his eye up. I don't know what that I don't know, man. They got a lot of myths and tales. There's a lot of myths and tales. But the true story is gonna be told July 29th. That's what I do know. All this mythical shit, man. He ain't been in the ring long enough. Everything right now is mythical and shit that happened in the past. You know what I'm saying? It's been over a year since his last fight. He says, Bud takes the jab away. I'm 2 rounds. Then he's going to turn up the combination. Yeah, bro. Bud going to take the jab away early. He going to take the jab away early. And then what? Nobody can have an answer. See, they get mad when I talk shit. And they get mad when I be asking these questions, bro. They don't want to be talking to me about Spence. They don't. They do not want to talk to me about Spence, bro. Because I ask some real questions. I ask some legitimate questions. Crawford takes away the jab. Then what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Because it's not like you could match him speed for speed or nothing like that. It's not like you like, okay, he may take this away, but I'm still faster than his motherfucking ass. Or I'm still way stronger. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? That's what I said, man. The more I think about it, it's a bad. I don't care what nobody says. I'm probably in the minority when I say it. Maybe there's a few people that agree, but I think this is a really bad matchup for Spence, bro. They say it's 50-50 and shit on paper because it looks good and it sounds good, but in reality, bro, this fight is one-sided as a motherfucker, bro. This fight should be one-sided as a motherfucker. Yeah, I know it's controversial and shit to say that because it's Errol the Truth Big Fish Spence Jr., but man, he ain't fought in a long time. He's coming off this, he's coming off that. He got PTSD. Stylistically, Crawford's a bad matchup. He ain't been in there with no punches for real. Like, bro, it's a lot of shit. He telegraphs his shots. That's right, Wisdom. He telegraphs a lot of his shots. That's why I asked the question: how Spence gonna beat this dude? That's a legitimate question. That's not me trying to hate or nothing. I mean, like, how is he gonna beat him? What he gonna do? Unless he can get Crawford's eye messed up early or something. What is he gonna do, dog? Salute the strategy for the super chat. He says if the fight gets too much for Crawford, he might have to re-detach Spence because Errol's always open for that overhand right. Yeah, man. Bro, we don't never. They always just talk about how people nitpick Crawford's performances in his fights, but you rarely see that from Spence. Like, they don't really nitpick him, but when you do, you damn near feel like it's taboo. Like, I feel like it's taboo talking this shit, just freestyling, like just thinking like Spence fights, and he don't fight much. I'm a content creator, bro, so I be on here searching for shit, looking for shit, and I have a hard time finding fresh shit for Spence, bro. I have a really, really hard time. And it's been that way for a while. Why? Because he's not active enough. He disappears. You don't see him. He's not here. He's not there. He's not everywhere. But with Crawford, this is so much shit. And he just ain't active enough, bro. He ain't active enough, bro. This fight is not 50-50, bro. This fight between Spence and Crawford, this shit ain't 50-50 for real. I'll say that, though, because it sounds good. You know, for the show. But in reality, shit ain't no fucking 50-50 fight. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Spence, bro. This fight about to be one-sided as hell. Spence may get a couple of rounds. Look, Sean Porter was a tougher fight stylistically than Spence, in my opinion, for a smaller Crawford. A bulldog like Crawford who's coming to rough you up and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? He don't care if it looks pretty either. Yeah. I felt like that was a tougher matchup than fucking Errol Spence, who keeps his high guard up. He's really textbook. You kind of know what he's about to do. You know, and if Spence tends to get rugged and ugly, it don't really work out for him that good. You know what I'm saying? Salute the strategy, man. I see you in the building. It's a bad matchup, D. It is. But I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let the experts and everybody else say, you know, Spence 50-50 fight and all that, man. This fight is about this fight gonna be one-sided as a motherfucker, bro. Whatever advantages dude had, he don't got him no more. He don't got the killer instinct. He ain't got none of that. He ain't got none of that, bro. He ain't got the killer edge. And let's check it out. Spence, well, in that clip when he was over there tussling with Ugas, right? That slow stuff he was throwing. Come on, bro. You can't do that with Crawford, dog. You can't do that slow shit with Crawford, dog. Because that's an opening for him. See, Ugas is not known as an IQ fighter. Crawford's a counterpunching IQ fighter who can do a little bit of every fucking thing. When Aborigine tried to slow his shit up, he threw that lazy shit. Spence can't get lazy. He threw that lazy shit. Crawford, what'd he do? Foul! Right in between that shit, bro. Right in between it. So Spence getting up in there, he's trying to be lazy, and he's up close trying to do that little slow body work. Man, he gonna get his ass kicked, bro. Salute D Lucky for the super chat. He said he's gonna have mental lapses in the fight. Bud is gonna mentally terrify Spence. Bud is tricky. Yeah. There's another thing, D. When you hear guys who spar with Crawford, they say he's mentally draining in there. It says mentally draining. I think was it Jesus Ramos that said it? I think Jesus Ramos was sparring Bud. And he said, man, dude's good as fuck. And he said that what made him, what he noticed that was so good about him is that he was just being in there with him was mentally draining. Like, it's just like he knew what I was going to do, et cetera, et cetera. So that's just what the pros say. Man, look, that's another thing, man. Spence don't like to punch with you. He don't. He'll cover up, wait till you done. Usually he'll cover up and wait till you done. That's something I noticed years ago. Back when he was a little bit more active, I noticed, like, man, he can't do that against Bud Crawford, bro. This was years ago before this even got out of control. I'm like, man, he can't just be sitting up in there in that high guard like that, just waiting until this dude's taking turns like this is an RPG game or some shit. Nah, bro. You got to go for it. Bad matchup, man. And then, not to mention, the dynamics. I mean, the physics and the dynamics of the dudes. Like Spence is more of a rigid. He's not as nimble. He's not as agile. You know, he's not as twitchy as Crawford either. Like I said, man, unless Terence Bud Crawford's standing still, unless he's literally standing still, I don't really see what Spence can do to beat the dude. I'm interested in seeing how he approached this fight. I'm interested in seeing a legitimate game plan that Spence can have. Maybe I need to go watch Boxing Gym video. Maybe he has one. A legitimate game plan that Spence can have that Crawford will fall for, that Crawford will fucking get loaded into, that he can beat Crawford. I have to see it. Because I have I don't want to sound biased, but I just have a hard time seeing Errol Spence based off what I've seen from Spence all these years. I have a hard time seeing what he brings to the ring could deal with Terence Crawford. I just have a hard time seeing it, bro. Crawford ain't like them other dudes. He's not. He's not some passive guy. You know, you hit him, he gonna want to hit you back. You get hurt, he gonna go for the gusto. He gonna go for the kill. You know what I'm saying? Spence gonna have to be different. Spence fans don't even want to talk this fight with me. They don't want to talk about it for real. Because if you can give me a legitimate reason or way Spence can win, I'm all ears. Because I'm more interested in how Spence is going to approach the fight and beat Crawford. Because I already know what Crawford's likely going to do. And the fight probably ain't going to go past 10 rounds. Some people said 6. James Toney said it won't go past 6. It won't go past 6, bro. Spence got too many issues, man. He should have hopped on Crawford when the iron was. Hey, it's cool. It's happening now, though. Whatever. They're getting the most money they probably could have got. You know, etc. You know, you go for it now. Better late than never. I question if Spence really ready for him. I question that. It's not popular to question it like that because it's Errol Spence, and you don't know shit about boxing if you question anything about Spence, but I question it anyway because I don't give a shit. Is he ready? Coming off a year-plus layoff against a guy whose style is nothing like Terence Crawford's. Like Ugas was there for you to beat up on. It was a confidence-gaining type of fight. You gained your confidence back a little bit. But was it enough to deal with a dynamic fighter like Crawford? He says, I just watched Bruce Vane video about how blood go turn up. Now you got me gassed all over again. Hey, he is, dog. Salute to Bruce Vane, man. He be having some good videos over there, man. Salute to Bruce Vane. He is, bro. I don't see what Spence could do. I just don't. Crawford been in there with too many different styles. He been in there with the speedy boxers like Khan. He been into the rough bulldogs like Porter. You know, he's been in there with so many different styles. Gold medalist, Olympic caliber type guys. You know what I'm saying? So guys that really knew how to fight for real. Whether you think they big names or not, all that name shit is overrated sometimes. But I'm looking at Spence's run. Hopefully he's prepared. Because he fought a lot of the same type of dudes. And then when he fought somebody like Porter, well, we saw it was really, really competitive and close. Closer than a lot of people expected it to be. Because prior to that fight, quiet as kept, Sean Porter is an in-shape street fighter, and he can't sell a diner, and he ain't going to make it past the 6th round. Man down, man down. But then when you watching the fight, it was a totally different scenario. Salute to Candy Slim for the super chat. He said, Bud should test that out at dentures early. See, Spence shouldn't have revealed any of that. He shouldn't have said nothing about none of it. Now, Crawford may not go for that like that because Crawford seemed like an honorable guy. You know what I'm saying? But it's a fight, too. So you just never know. Crawford would probably just say, fuck that. I'm hitting you in your mouth. You signed a contract. But he shouldn't have said nothing about that. I respect it. It's real shit. And I always respect Spence. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have said nothing about that. No PTSD in my mouth. I just wouldn't have said it. I would have lied or something and just said, you know, I wouldn't have said that. Because now that's a sign of, you know, okay, now Crawford knows in his mind that this dude has PTSD because of his accident in his mouth. He's really insecure about his mouth. So if I start popping him in his mouth, you know, he may start turning this way. He may start going that way. He shouldn't have said that. You say you're looking for Spence to have a mysterious injury 2 weeks before the fight. I hope not, bro. I hope. This is what I said when we first got the announcement. I hope he make it to the fight. That's right, strategy. The truth is about to get revealed, man. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. The truth is about to get revealed. I think that's what I'm going to title this video now, because this is a bullshit title for this stream. I'm going to title The Truth Shall Be Revealed. And it will. Strategy, it will. The truth will be revealed. If Crawford magically loses this fight, and I say the key word magically, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here to eat my crow and shit. It'll be a bittersweet moment for me because I'll be happy for Spence. I'll be happy for Spence because I felt like Crawford was a much better fighter and everything else, and Spence overcame that adversity. I'll be happy for the brother, truthfully. But I just don't see it happening, man. I just don't see it happening, bro. Nope, I don't see it. Hey, if he hasn't, now he should have been doing it. I don't know what was he even. Maybe he just saying that for the camera. I highly doubt Derrick James didn't watch a Crawford fight, bro. That sounds crazy to me. Like, why would you not watch who your fighter is going to potentially be fighting? Who's arguably one of the best fighters who's arguably the best fighter in boxing, bro? Who they say is the best in the sport. And you ain't watched none of his fights to get to figure out something to where you guys' game plan, you guys' style, the Derrick James style that Errol Spence had, could beat Terence Crawford. You ain't been watching no fights all this time. So if anything, for the past 5 years, you should have been studying a way for Spence to beat Crawford this whole time. That's what you should have been doing. But nah, y'all really wasn't, truth be told, y'all wasn't really planning on for this fight to really happen for real. That's what really happened. But Spence said, you know what, I want it. Derrick James and them didn't want this fight. They would have been cool with this fight not happening. But Spence wanted it. It's a pride thing, ego thing. Salute to Spence. I don't think his team probably wanted it like that, but they're going to get him prepared for it. They didn't want this shit like that, man. Derrick James, you should have been watching fights on dude for years. This is a puzzle that you got to figure out, bro. This is just this ABC 1, 2, 3 fighter. No. You should have been studying Crawford for years to the point where you know everything that Crawford does better than damn near Crawford himself. That way, Errol Spence could be he'll have everything he needs to know about Crawford. You would have already been on game already. Now you talking about you don't watch his fights and shit and all that shit. That sounds crazy to me. You should be the Crawford master by now, to the point where you already know what Crawford gonna do before Crawford does it. That's what you should have been doing, Derrick. Nah. Hopefully he was just lying for the camera though. Because that's crazy. Yeah, I don't really watch Crawford fights. I don't watch him fight. What you mean you don't watch him fight? Why? How you ain't gonna watch him fight, bro? I'll be in a boxing gym 5 days a week, 7 to 24 hours a day. I'm tired of boxing. What did Freddie Roach say, D? I haven't heard nothing from Freddie Roach in a while, bro. Blu-ray ain't with Spence no more, man. Spence cut him off, man. Blu-ray is going up the bat for him, too, like a motherfucker. Salute to Strategy for another super chat to sponsor the stream. He says, after watching the Derrick James versus Joe Lipsy fight, I believe Derrick James 1,000%. Hey, Derrick James versus Joe Lipsy. I watched that fight about 3 or 4 times, bro. Derrick James fights exactly. Errol Spence, I should say, fights exactly like Derrick James. Errol Spence is more athletic, though. And Derrick James was an orthodox. But it's the exact same style. Like Errol Spence mimicked it to a T. Unfortunately, that style has holes. It has holes. I think Errol Spence was able to use the style better because he's more athletic. He's a tougher. I don't want to say Derrick James ain't a tough guy, no shit like that. But Errol Spence, that style, he's just able to do it better. He was able to use it better. And Derrick James ended up being a great coach anyway. So that's probably his calling anyway, is to be a great teacher. But that style, man, watching the Joe Lipsy fight, I think Joe Lipsy, if I'm not mistaken, was a southpaw as well. Was he switching off? Whatever he was doing, that style was a little bit more unorthodox. And it gave Derrick James a lot of fucking problems. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to be the same thing for the Spencer Crawford fight. But stylistically, Derrick James and Errol Spence fight exactly the same. You said DJ knocked himself out. Yeah. Yeah. The fight is on YouTube, bro. It's on YouTube. Derrick James versus Joe Lipsy. Check it out. I think Derrick James what was he, a middleweight? I think he was a middleweight. You said the fans are calling for Blu-ray to train. Well, they say Blu-ray was the reason why Spence was getting them 12 KOs in a row. He was running through opposition, because of Blu-ray. That's what they say. I don't. They could Blu-ray. The calisthenics and stuff and the pull-ups and all that. Maybe that was a huge factor. I don't know. But like I said, man, I'm interested in seeing how Spence approaches the fight. I'm interested in seeing his game plan. I'm interested if anybody, a Spence fan, I'm a Spence fan too, truthfully. I wouldn't even talk about him if I wasn't, but I'm looking for one of those guys that think he's winning a fight to really try to change my mind. I'm a very open-minded guy. Not too open-minded, but I'm willing to listen. You guys know that. I'm pretty objective and shit like that. If somebody's right, they right. And I will say that. So I'm looking for somebody that can give me a legitimate game plan that Errol Spence can implement that will tackle the task of Terence Crawford. I think Terence Crawford just got so many tools, so many different things, so many different options. Not to mention he has the length advantage. He's the longer guy too. Spence ain't gonna have many advantages, man. But yeah, you guys, I've been on here for a while. Just random live stream today. Friday, I feel like a Saturday. Because I'll go hop back on this Street Fighter, whoop on some people. But yeah, the Guo fight tomorrow. We expect her to get the job done, man. The fight don't look like it's selling too well. It just don't look like it's selling too well at all. Tank Davis got locked up again on some goofy shit. I mean, the dude is just like, come on, bro. I don't even like to say he deserved to get locked up. I don't even like saying that shit because nobody deserved to really get locked up like that unless they did some heinous shit. But Tank Davis, you kind of deserve that shit, bro. You need to sit there and take that L, bro. He really do. Like, all you have to do is sit up in the fucking crib at your training house and just chill. No, you couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it. You had to do this. You had to do that. Now you got to sit in jail. Good. Sit your ass in jail. That's what you fucking get. You sit your ass in the crib and save money. Nah, you had to do this and that. And then what else we got? Teofimo Lopez, Josh Taylor coming up next week. That should be pretty good. Hopefully Taylor can get it done. I don't know. I don't think Tio talks a really, really good game to where if you didn't really follow boxing like that and you've seen his interviews, you would think he was one of the baddest motherfuckers in the world, the way he be talking. So we're going to see if Teofimo Lopez can back it up. If he loses, I don't expect anybody to really have any empathy or sympathy for him because of his attitude and some of the shit he's been saying. I mean, personally, I don't take what Teofimo said personal. It is what it is with that little punk motherfucker. It's just that when he loses, I don't want to see you crying and none of that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to see none of that. I don't want to hear about this is a tough sport, this is lonely. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what you fucking get. So we're going to see if Teofimo Lopez can beat Josh Taylor. That'd be a huge win if he did. And then we got, what else? I think Rougarou fighting pretty soon. Wait, no, I think that's sometime next month. But Rougarou, Devin Haney, hopefully something happens with that. I don't think Devin Haney. I don't know if he for real, bro. I don't know if he for real. Oh, but what I do know, and I'm glad I'm Tank Davis and them. I think they was pump faking. Got the video on this channel with him and Bill going back and forth. I'm sure you guys probably seen it by now. With Bill Haney and Calvin Ford going back and forth. Man, I mean, quite frankly, Bill Haney punked the shit out of Calvin Ford, and it's looking like they really never really wanted to fight. It looked like Team Tank Davis was just clout chasing or pump faking. I don't think they really wanted to fight. Coach Calvin really didn't want to smoke with Bill Haney at all. Like, it was almost like he was damn near scared of Bill Haney. That's just the vibe that I got from it. So he said Spence has to get the DeLorean, go back in time about 20 years and relearn the masterful skill set. I'm telling you, bro. It's just stylistically, bro. Unless Crawford standing still, I just don't see. I don't see too many different ways Spence could beat this guy. Yeah, he's a chameleon strategy. What's up, Wayne Hennessy? I see you in the building. Oh, you said Broner fight Friday. Next Friday? Damn, I forgot all about that, bro. Damn, I forgot all about that. Because if it was today, I'll be damn near missing it. Damn, Broner fell off. He said Spence has to keep blood thinking, keep the distance close, and use power. Yep, that's it, man. Crawford's going to figure that shit out. Spence is going to have to constantly adjust. This is going to be mentally draining as well. We may see Spence actually get tired in this fight. Okay, this Friday coming up? Okay. So, AB fights this upcoming Friday. Friday? Oh, shit. Damn, that's the key word. Broner's fighting on a Friday, you guys. Damn. But yeah, you guys, I've been on here for a minute. Salute to everybody that stopped in on this random live stream. Hit that like button for your boy, man. We gonna wait to get some more boxing content, some boxing news out here. You know, things been going pretty good on this side. It's been going pretty good for your boy, man. I think my hard work is finally starting to pay off. And it's thanks to you guys, man, for showing support and really rocking with your boy. I try to be objective as possible, but with this fucking fight, bro, I have a really hard time seeing how Spence could beat Crawford, bro. It's not me just being like a quote unquote fanboy. I just truthfully, when you put him in a style for style, based off what I've seen over the years, I just don't see many ways that Spence could beat Terence Bud Crawford. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.